So if you're thinking of nothing, so guess what you get? You get nothing. So these guys who sit around going, oh, nothing's happening for me, say, well, what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. Well, great. You've already got what you wanted. Because
The other day, we spoke about inspiration to motivation, like how you explained to me that to write down my goals, break it down into everyday, achievements instead of listing a macro goal. So my question is, I knew what I wanted, right? I knew, let's say I want to make $1 million in the next 2 years. I knew what I wanted. Let's say somebody asks you, I literally don't know anything. I'm straight student coming out of college. I don't know what I want to do. So how do you inspire him to motivate, then to take him to achievement? How would you do that?
so he says, I don't know what I want to do.
Exactly.
So then what we have to do is we have to, ask him pointed questions. Do you want to be a lawyer? No. Do you want to be a doctor? No. Do you want to be a scientist? No. Do you want to be a human capital developer? No. Great. So you've eliminated all those things. So what do you want to do? And the thing is that this wishy-washy mindset will get you nowhere because you're not thinking of anything. So if you don't have something here to think about, so you'll get nothing. Whatever you think about is what's going to happen. So if you're thinking of nothing, so guess what you get? You get nothing. So these guys who sit around going, oh, nothing's happening for me, say, well, what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. Well, great. You've already got what you wanted because what you wanted was nothing and what you got is nothing.
Exactly.
Right. But they don't realize and they don't understand that they wanted nothing and got exactly what they wanted. You see, the moment that you say, well, I want money, say, great, well, how much do you want? And they say, I want $500,000. I want $300,000. Say, well, why do you want it? I don't know. It sounds like a good number. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get it. But I want $1 million. Great. Why? Because if I had $1 million, I'd be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So who would give you $1 million if you have no experience? No one. Brilliant. So what do you need to do? I need to grow some experience. Perfect. So what is the model that's going to make you shown up as somebody who is trustworthy enough to give $1 million to? So then you say, well, if I did like you're doing and I admire this and I do it myself, which is post every single day. So go to somebody and say, listen, okay, you don't know what you want to do? Great. Why don't you just create one post every single day on one social media channel? Do it for a month and come back to me and talk to me. If they did it, that would be revolutionary because they probably won't. 90% of the people I talk to, you coach them, they pay to get coached, they pay to grow, they go in executive programs with us, and then you tell them, okay, here's what you got to do. Number one, start every single day from this day onwards with writing down 3 things that you're thankful for. Just write down those 3 things every day. And if you'll do it, this is my list. This is what I wrote today. This is this morning's list. I wrote this morning. This one is yesterday's. This one is the day before. This is the day before. This is the day before. What am I doing? Every single day I wake up, I sit down, I take out a pen and a paper, and I write down, number 1, what am I thankful for? This focuses my mind, so I'm grateful. Then I say, okay, what do I want to achieve today? And I write down 3 things that have got to happen today. My number 1 thing that's got to happen today is I've got to do a great job for Sachin on our online video. I've got to give 100%. I've got to be focused, and I've got to make it amazing for you. That's my number 1 goal today. And so every single day, and then you write down, I rewrite my personal goals every day. What's my personal goal? Be a successful wealth builder. Why? If I can build wealth, I can do anything. So all these people with no idea what they want to do, they got to just start by doing one thing and do it consistently. Start by writing down your gratitude every day. 3 things. Start the morning because gratitude changes your attitude. As soon as you're thankful, everything changes. I'm grateful, man. I'm super grateful. All my friends, all my clients. I'm grateful to you, man, for having me on your show. It's amazing to be here, right?
Mhm.
So the moment you're thankful, you can't be angry. The moment you're thankful, you can't be jealous. The moment you're thankful, you can't be, worried about somebody else's stuff because you're saying, I'm thankful.
Mhm.
And so this is really, to my mind, where things start is if I can get somebody to be grateful and they concentrate on three things every day and they start a journal. Maybe they write it on paper or they
Mhm.
get, one of these little journals.
Mhm.
And so then they start to write down and then, they come up with their own ideas. And, I do my own little study every single day and
Mhm.
I sit down and I'm doing these studies and I'm figuring stuff out. So every day, consistency, like a clock. And if somebody can do this, then you can say, okay, now what do you want? I want $1 million. Why do you want it? Well, I want to grow my business. Great.
Mhm.
When do you want it? Well, I want it now. Well, that's not possible. No one's going to do that. So what can you do to prove yourself responsible? So let's start with a goal of having $10,000. Let's get
Mhm.
someone to, so what could we do? And so then how do we create value? And what
Mhm.
is your future objective?
Mhm.
Where do you want to end up? Well, obviously
Mhm.
the place you want to end up is where you can build wealth. And if you build wealth, so other people would like to invest in you. So
Mhm.
you're only as valuable as you value yourself. And when you say thank you, you
Mhm.
become more valuable. People will value you because gratitude is contagious. People
Mhm.
love it. You say, oh, I'm so thankful. And they go, yeah, me too. I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
And you say, really, I appreciate it. And they go, no, 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 I appreciate it. And it's brilliant because everyone is now competing to be more thankful than the other. So the value goes up.
Mhm.
But when we criticize or we compete or we complain, what's happening to value? Value is just going down.
Mhm.
So criticism, complaints, comparisons,
Mhm.
competition, these are the four C's as they call them that destroy you from the inside. Gratitude doesn't have time for any of those. When you're thankful, you're
Mhm.
not complaining. When you're thankful, you're not competing. When you're thankful, you are positive, you're going forward. So you want to succeed in business, you got to get focused. You got to have a spiritual focus. You got to get
Mhm.
your heart clean and get your heart focused on what you want to do. Forget about everybody else. Don't need to worry about competition. People tell me, oh, yeah, but somebody's already done something like my idea.
Mhm.
Great. Well, how many models of cars are there in the world? How many businesses make cars? 100, 200, and how many cars they make? Millions. So if you want to make a car, you could. It's a big investment, but you could.
Mhm.
There's space in the market for anything. What's the difference? The difference is the product has to be good. If the
Mhm.
product you produce is average, so it's going to take you
Mhm.
longer.
I
Long
get that.
answer.
When I started this, right, even till today, when I let's say in my terms, I'm going to speak in my terms. So let's take my social media profile. I have not too many followers, right, but still I'm consistently doing it. People ask me, why are you doing it? You're not getting so many likes. You're somebody else is having so many likes with so many followers with limited content, but still you're doing every day. Where is all this effort going? So my answer is, I can't literally explain to them. My answer is, when I talk to a client, when I explain my business to them, they go ahead and look into my profile. They see what I know. I speak about what I know. I make videos. I talk about content marketing strategy, everything. So they look at that, and my brand is up. They have a trust in me. This guy knows exactly what he's talking about. That's what I
Right.
tell in my videos. I talk to my clients in the same way. This is what you need to do. This is how it's going to happen, and this is where I'm going to take you. This is how I'm going to build a brand. So people have that trust before you show up to any office, or let's say I come to you and ask you, Mark, I want to give my services to you. I want to build your brand. I have no proof to show what I've done, right? I
Right.
can only list my clientele. I worked for Microsoft, I worked for Facebook, Google, something like that. So based on that, you would have trusted me. Still, till today, this is what I push to my clients. You need to build your brand. How do you build your brand? You post every day, valuable content, do it consistently, do what's trending right now, not entertainment. Entertainment is completely different. What we do is we educate, we connect with people, right? So, and you build your personal brand. I push a lot of this to my clients. Personal brand. Show up, show your face in the camera, let's say videos or audio or posts, anything it might. Talk as if you're talking to your through your social media, because the reach is very good. Platforms are good, organic right now. Instagram, Facebook has lost its organic reach. LinkedIn is better right now, and there are other platforms, podcasts. So that's what I try to push. Consistency is the key, and it what I well the other day I told you, like, I don't care about my likes and share. This is the context. I don't care how many people are viewing my content, how many likes I'm getting, but I still do, because people who actually want to understand will understand that. I don't have to be an entertainer and get millions of followers to entertain everybody. No, I want to go in a particular path, doing what I do. I am very grateful to this, because it took me a long
Right,
time to realize this, where I am right
right.
now. So I'm very grateful. I am very grateful to not get a chance in my old company, and after that I got fired by another company, actually startup. I wanted to go there, I wanted to learn, but within 1 month I was fired. I came back, started freelancing, then entrepreneurship. So I'm very grateful for what happened. So, and I'm looking forward to what happens next, because this path I'm in, I'm finally at a place I realize that, okay, this is what I'm going to be when I'm 60, 70, 80. I'm happy. Oh, I was this, I'm happy. That's the point.
But I think one thing, Sachin, is that you have a very driven personality. So you
Mhm,
reached out, you're in the marketplace, you're talking to
mhm,
people,
mhm,
but I think the power that you have is you're sincere. And honestly, as I said to the other day, I think
mhm,
every like, every view counts, and it's important
mhm. It is important,
because
yeah.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, mass follows the mass. The crowd follows the crowd. So if you can generate that enthusiasm, if you can build that crowd, it'll happen for you. I mean, I
Mhm,
now have 3,000, I don't know, 700 people on LinkedIn. There was a
mhm,
time when I had 100.
mhm,
And I was like, oh, I have 100. I don't care. But actually, I did care. But then I had to work on it. And then what I do is I just accept everybody
mhm,
who reaches out to me. And I get some weird offers, and strange people saying, would you like our services? And I go, no, but what do I do? I'm nice to every single one. And then every single day, LinkedIn will give you all the birthdays of all your contacts. Here's what you do: you go and you just hit happy birthday and
Need to
send
spend
that
time.
out to
Yeah.
every one of your contacts. And they go, oh, that guy's really nice. And then what do? They feel obligated because in your ancient brain, in your amygdala, it says,
Mhm,
I've done something for you, made you feel good. So what do? You do something for me. So what do? You go to one of my posts and you click a like. Why?
mhm,
Because the guy said happy birthday to me.
mhm.
And so now you feel good about me. So then you say, oh, yeah, that's nice. And really, sincerity, authenticity, being genuine, being real is the key to your likes. And don't bother doing one of these like campaigns where you
Yeah,
go and
man,
buy and
I never did that.
this is complete nonsense. But every person who likes you, follows you is a key. And one of the things I've discovered, I did a post one day and it went to 55,000 people. I was like, whoa, how did that happen? And and then another day you do a post and you think this post is awesome. And then you get 230 views. It's like, huh? Why is that? And then I
Now,
did exactly the same tags and I used exactly the same hashtags as the 55,000 one. Doesn't work. It's just
exactly.
something that fires. It's something about your spirit, your mood. But how do you get there? You have to do it every single
Every
day.
single day.
If you
Yeah.
skip a day, yeah, if you skip one day, you don't have the authenticity and credibility to say, I do this every day. Because somebody say, yeah, but I looked for your post that day and it wasn't there.
Exactly. Right now we are on
Right,
display, right? Internet
right,
is exposing everybody. What we talk, it's
right,
on record. So if you don't do
right,
that, you're not authentic. And
right.
to your point, when you said you posted one day, got 55,000 views, and the second day got like 200 to 300 views. What people do is they want to show off. they'll delete that 300 post, 300 view post. They'll delete that,
Oh.
start again, and aim for that 55,000 views. They only aim for that. They'll, as you said, they'll copy the same hashtags, they'll copy the same content, maybe do another video, keep reposting it, hoping to get that number. That's the thing I don't care about. I want
Here's
to
what
reach
will
out
make
every
your
day.
social
Mhm,
here's what will make your social media grow. It's one very simple thing.
mhm,
Ask a very good question. Provide a comment on it
mhm,
and let people talk.
mhm.
And this will grow your social media. And
That's a
never
good point.
delete a post.
Yeah.
Never delete a post. Because even in the 200 views or the 100 views that you got on a certain post, maybe inside there is the one person that you wanted to reach, and that one
Yeah,
person is
exactly.
going to add massive value.
That
So
might happen. That will
honestly,
happen, actually. Yeah,
yeah. So
that will
honestly,
happen.
it's never delete your post unless you made a fool of yourself in a
People do
post.
that. I look at so many profiles every day. People do that. They want to
Mhm.
reach to certain numbers, and there's one more thing happening in social media is your followers numbers and following numbers.
Yeah.
People will follow people and hope they'll follow us back. So when you do that, they'll unfollow the other one because they want to
Ah,
have
okay.
their followers number greater than the following number.
Ah,
I
okay.
really don't
Uh-huh.
understand why. Why is it wrong to have the numbers more? I know any way it might be. It's good to have more followers, but why do you have to unfollow others thing? This is the trend that I have observed, happening right now. They only care
Right.
about numbers, numbers, numbers.
It's based in neuroscience. I mean, at the end of the day, what is driving that is dopamine.
Hmm.
So, it's the same as having a drink and getting a little high, is the same as getting those followers. And so every time you get a new follower, you get a hit. So they're like, oh, I've reached 2,000. I remember one day I said, oh, I've reached 2,000. I was telling Alexander, my son.
Hmm.
He's like, oh, Dad, that's great. And then I'm like, no, it's not really that important. What's important is just to keep a great message going out.
Hmm.
And then, about 3, 4, 5 weeks later, I don't remember. He's like, Dad, I got 1,000 followers. I'm like, Alexander, it's not important. He's like, you told me when you got 2,000 followers. And so, I said, you're right. And I'll never do that again. And I just turned off that whole numbers thing because at the end of the day, look, there is a planet of 7.7 billion. How many are
Hmm.
following you? You got 100,000? Sorry, that's
It's
really a
nothing.
very tiny
Nothing compared to
number,
that.
right?
Yeah.
So, even this fellow who sang Despacito, he has
Hmm.
7 billion views of his thing, but he only has 85 million followers. So,
Hmm.
if you get to the top of your game and you're the best of the best, 85 million, that's about the best way you're going to reach. So, I mean, really, it's nonsense. Do 85 million people really care about what you're doing in life? I
They
don't
don't.
think so.
They don't.